Welcome back, y'all. Rich Barley here. Just time to find out whether our crops will dry out in time to get cotton down or if we'll have to plant something else. So if you remember from last episode, we were waiting days past when our crop was ready to harvest because it rained for like 2.5 days in a row, but now the sun is out. And hopefully, yep, it's dry. Of course, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we have to get this crop harvested, get the straw turned into bales of straw that we can sell, and get cotton planted. So that's plowing, planting, herbicide, fertilizer today. So for our harvester, we're going to use the John Deere S780. We do have to get the extended pipe, because with the big header that we use, you won't be able to get the trailer next to it unless you do. We use the Tip-Up Harvest Master extension, which gives us almost 23,000 liters of capacity. Then we'll go get our header. And that's going to be the 645 FD. And we'll get that delivered to the farm by our favorite people at the shop. They're very speedy. Delivered in 30 microseconds, or it's free. And there it is. So, let's get this harvester put together and get it in the field so we can get our barley out and our cotton planted. So we're going to get this lined up, and a worker will be running the harvester during almost the entire harvest. He's going to get a couple of headlands set up, and then we'll turn him down the side and go set up the headlands on the other side. But while he's doing this, we need to get our tipper so that we can empty his grain container and let him keep working. So we're going to take up the Strautmann Aperion. Get that delivered. And get it out in the field. Now during the beginning of this, and I'm going to show you guys how as a single player, I do my best to manage the harvest like you would if you had multiple players on the map. So I do a lot of switching between vehicles. And at the early stages, I do have to empty the harvester more often than you have to, but we have crop destruction on, and he only pipes out on the left side, so we have to make sure that when he's available to empty, we get him empty. Otherwise we'll have to stop the harvester, pull it out of the lane, empty it into the tipper, and then put it back in and get him reset. That's a waste of time. So what we want to do is we'll be a little aggressive in the beginning while he's doing the headlands, and then once we get him set on the back and forth, we'll be able to know exactly where to set the tipper so that we empty him when we have to. So we'll get him emptied here, then he'll be able to finish this and the next headland lane. And we'll harvest at the bottom over to the other side, do the headlands on the other side, and then we'll get the whole back and forth thing going. Okay, he's going to finish that headland row, and then we'll turn him left down the length of the field. So we're going to meet him down there. Now, as he's going down the length of this field, his pipe out will be on the left. And we can't be over there or we'll destroy crops. So we're going to go ahead and put this trailer down at the end of the lane that he'll be working off to his pipe outside, and he'll have to come off the field and empty that way for now, and then we'll get him started on the headlands. And then once we get to the back and forth, it'll get to where we'll be doing, you know, the moving pipe outs to keep him from stopping, and that will allow us to move to the next phase, which is getting the straw swaths turned into hay, because we can't plow until the straw is picked up, or we'll lose the straw, and straw is money. And it's the only thing we're making money off of, because we're not selling this barley. This barley is for the chickens. It will tell us roughly how, you know, give us a good idea how many chickens our farm will support. So he's making the turn, or I'm making the turn. There's something strange on field 32, and I noticed it when we were doing like the fertilizing and the planting with the AI workers at the beginning in last episode. Is partway down the field, they seem to think that the field ends or something, so they stop. So I just manually did that whole lane. I'm pretty sure you got the idea of how it works. So here we're gonna bump into our trailer and then do it again, and eventually get over here. We're gonna get this piped out. As soon as it's empty, we'll get our worker to do the headlands on this side, and then we'll get back and forth going, and that means we can start getting the rest of the harvest and collection done, so that we can get cotton down, because we are in a hurry. We have to plant cotton today, or we're outside of where the seasons calendar says we should plant it, and you end up with pretty severe yield losses when you do that. So we'll go meet him up at the top. We have enough capacity for one more pipe out from him. So we won't tip out just yet. We'll go up to the top, meet him up there. Or maybe we'll just kind of set up like a little bit away from the top and meet him, and then, you know, do a pipe out on the move going this way. Because he won't be full. This is going across the field, kind of the short side. But while he's doing that, let's pick up our baler. And I mentioned this before, I think I have, that although we're using a lot of John Deere equipment, we're not going to do a John Deere only farm. There are some other tractors that I really like. It's just I know this equipment, so I use it a lot. And it does what I need it to, and I know where its limitations are. Now there's a Vestra, the N-Series tractors. I like that for a small tractor. I like that one. If we have a need for a small tractor, we'll pick that up at some point. I like the Massey Fergusons, a couple of the cases. So you'll see some other tractors as the farm grows. It's just at the moment we can't really afford too many. And he kind of missed some barley up there, so we'll have to clean that up. But we'll get him set for the pipe out. And there we go. Oh, a little too far away there. Need to turn in a little bit without running into the barley. Get that going again. There we go. Oh, went a little too fast there. There we go. So we'll get him emptied here at the bottom. Let him finish that next headland, and we'll take this tipper over to the silo. And we're off. And the object blocking him was us. But anyway. Now we'll dump this off and get back out there. I don't know where he'll be. I don't know that we'll have time to move the baler this time. We may go ahead and just get him turned, clean up that whatever he left at the top. And then after we empty him next time, then we'll grab the baler and start getting some of that straw off the field. Yeah. So we're going to have to take over for our worker here. And then clean up. I don't know why he didn't harvest that. I mean, nothing in the way. You think, I don't know. Oh, I see it now. Because then it would you'd start a straw swath on land that's not yours, and you would lose that straw swath. So we won't do that either. We'll go ahead, move over here, and do it the proper way. Well, the way that means that we don't lose straw, because straw is money. On a field this size, I'm hoping between $40,000 and $60,000, which will help us set up maybe our first chicken coop, because we don't have to buy it. It's on the farm. It came with it, so we won't have to pay for a building. We'll just have to buy the chickens, and they're like $6 a piece, so 500 is like $3,000. But we have to buy other stuff to take care of them, and we'll have to actually buy that. We won't be leasing the chicken care equipment. That's some way of cleaning up their pen and some way of feeding them. So, you know, the 40 to 60 grand, whatever we end up with, will be enough to buy our trailer and a bucket. And that will get chickens set up. And then we can get cotton down. Right now we need to get over here. And I don't think... No, I think we'll just chill here. We'll wait for him to come to us, and then once we empty him on this lane, we'll go grab the baler, and we'll get the straw pickup started. So there he is. As he makes his turn, we'll charge ahead. Try to get him as empty, get him emptied as quickly as possible, because we want to spend as much time baling as we can. And I'll know he's empty when the pipe out slows down. If you look at the numbers bottom right, they're spinning pretty quick, and there you go, they've slowed down. So we drop the trailer and we beat feet for the baler. There we go. Let's get this hooked up. All right, let's get it unfolded. Turned on, and this is where we start. And it's picking up straw. So we'll do as much baling as we can, and when we know we need to stop baling and get back to the trailer is when he gets close to the trailer going from our current left to right, because that puts his pipe out on the already harvested side. So we'll see how much baling we can get done while we're waiting for him to get back to the trailer. Yeah, we can still bale because he hasn't even turned around yet. So he has to come all the way to the end and then turn around and then head back to the trailer. So we're definitely going to get some more baling done. So we finished up the head row, the headlands on this side, and now we're going to start, do one row over, and then we'll probably just go back and forth and do the headlands on the other side at the end. The back and forth is where we get a little bit of our efficiency. So there you can see the trailer where we left it. And he's still, he just turned around. So it's going to be a while before he gets back to this trailer. So we should be able to get this whole lane done and then back to the trailer before he gets here. I think that's him in the rearview mirror there on the right. So yeah, we've got enough time to finish this lane and probably do about half of that other lane. So you can see the harvester, and you see where we are in relation to the trailer. The hitch is on this side, so what we want to do is make sure that when we drop the baler, we don't get in between us and the trailer, because we want to make this quick. And it's pretty much time to drop the baler, get in front of the trailer, get it hitched up, and then get lined up so he can pipe out. And we do this dance over and over and over, switching between the trailer, the baler, and then taking the trailer over to the silo, and just keep, ad nauseum until the field is harvested. Once the field's harvested, we just finish baling, and then we'll grab a trailer and pick up the bales and sell them. And we'll see how much money we've got for chickens. Now, like I said, we just kind of do this dance over and over. Call it the harvest ballet. So here he is. As soon as he starts making his turn, we're going to turn in with the tipper. Because the quicker he gets emptied, the quicker we can get back on the hay baler and get more straw picked up. We're in a hurry. We've been at this 45 minutes already. And then after we get all this cleaned up and all the hay bales up and everything else, then we have to go through all of the phases of planting cotton. And I don't like doing that stuff at night. I will if I have to, but my favorite thing to do is not plant at night. So you kind of get the gist of it. And here we go. We're at the end of the field. And at the end of this, we'll let him fully pipe out. The worker will go on a break. We'll get the harvester off the field, get this stuff tipped into the silo, and then we will be able to... Yep, just making sure he's fully empty. Okay, so yeah, we just need to get this off the field. Get it out of the way for the baler. And then we'll just return it. And the header. So now all that's left is let's go dump this in the silo and then return the tipper. And at that point, we're just baling for a bit. Alright, so now it's time to pick out our bale trailer. I don't know how you pronounce this one, or it's Pavelli, Pavel, Pave 3, Pave, I don't know. I guess Pavelli, I guess that's an I at the end, so Pavelli. The Rat 200, it picks up 44 bales, which is cool. I've only used this once before, and the mechanics are a little odd, so I'll have to refresh myself, because it doesn't show you. There's no obvious indication of when it's in operating mode or transport mode or sell mode or whatever. But we'll worry about that when it's time to pick up bales. Right now, we just need to get back out there, pick up the baler, and get the rest of that straw turned into bales and see how many we get. Alright, all the baling is done. So we'll go ahead and unload the baler. Get it folded up. And we'll drop it. And get it returned. We need to... So 135 bales? So 195. That's 195 bales. Oof. New glasses, maybe. And a little over 200,000 barley. Wow, that's nice. So, doing the math, I know from other playthroughs that 500 chickens needs about 48,000 liters of food per year. So, if we do some basic math, we can figure out that. So, 200,000 divided by 48. We can, or 48,000, there we go. We can manage 4.2 rounded pens of 500 chickens. Well, that's 4 coops with a little bit of a margin for error, like if we have some crop loss or something else goes wrong. So we'll be doing 4 pens. Not right away. We only have $41,000. And while we'll take debt when we need it, we're not going to go ridiculous. So let's get this stuff picked up and see how much money we end up with. That's not picking up. Okay. So cover down unfolded, that's not it. I guess we could try to fold the trailer. See if that does anything. Just don't remember. No. Oh, well, it's not set to the right kind of bales. It says round bales, no stack. So, okay, square bales. So maybe now. No. Hit the B button. That was it. Okay. So once you have it on square bales, then you have to hit B to say go. But again, there aren't any visual indications, and that's why the help menu has to be up when I'm refiguring out this trailer. Sorry for the giant stuff in the side of the screen, but every time I change the configuration of this trailer, I'm going to need it to figure out what it's in, because looking at it, you can't tell. So there we go, 40. I thought it said 44 bales in the description. Okay, so 40 bales. Whatever. Still better than 24. So we'll bring this over to the sell point. And this has the same cell mechanics, if I remember right, as a lot of the other autoloader stuff, where it kind of floats over and then you drop it. Yep. All right. There we go. Almost $11,000. With almost 200 bales, that's 5 trips. It's going to be like $50-something thousand. All right. That will definitely be enough for us to set up the first chicken pen, because we don't have to buy it. So here's our last. I skipped ahead a little bit. Here's the last one. Not quite a full trailer. Move all that over. And a miss. Well, it's an auto-loading trailer, so let's use it to auto-load. Bring up the menu. Go. Let's just go pick this stuff up. There we go. Well, not quite. Is that 1 or 2? That's 2 or 3, maybe. There we go. Bring that back over to the sell point. I'll have to back into it. Okay, do this whole maneuver again. Of course we missed one. So, you know what? Drop the trailer. Let's just go push it. I mean, it just has to hit that yellow line. So we'll just run it over. Yeah, just run it over until it sells. There you go. I mean, how else do farmers do it? Alright, so that all said and done, we now have sold our 195 bales, and we made, let's go, $53,000. Nice. So that's it for this episode. Join me next time when we set up chickens and plant our cotton. And please remember to like and subscribe to see how the Lone Oak Animal Farm grows up.